our mission has been, particularly in the last 5 to 10 years, is to really make sure that the children here get that sort of care. So as part of that, I think it was 4 years ago, Dr. Altura was recruited here specifically to help us bring the level of research to this program here so that we could advance the care for children. And so she will tell you more about the work she does in trying to understand cancer cells, why they survive, and once we understand why they survive, it's possible then to understand how to kill them and cure children with less toxicity and more efficacy. So more and more of these children will grow up and be part of our community. So at this point, I'd like to invite Mr. DiPerzio, who's the general manager of the Eastern region, to come up and talk a bit more about this Hope on Wheels program.
Thank you, Doctor. My name is Peter DiPerzio, and I'm the general manager of the Eastern region for Hyundai Motor America. And I want to first thank the families who are here today, and as well as the Hyundai dealers from Providence and Southeastern Massachusetts who have come out. It's a good program, and it's great to be back here at Hasbro Children's Hospital. I think I was just here yesterday, right? I mean, it just seems like that. A couple of weeks ago, and we made a grant at that time, and we also shot a commercial here, and that's running right now. We're using about half of our media weight this month, not to try to sell cars, but to educate people about the fact that this is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and that we try to do some good in supporting the research that will help to find a cure. And so some of the local kids here were in that spot and have got some nice notoriety from that. And as I said, as many of you know, September is National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a time where we focus on raising awareness for the fight against childhood cancer while celebrating the lives of these kids, these brave kids who are fighting the disease. And for Hyundai Hope on Wheels, this year's National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month marks the largest effort to date in supporting childhood cancer research and other efforts. During the month of September, we are traveling to 71 different research centers and awarding 71 doctors with $100,000 HOPE grants to support their research and programs. A total of $7.1 million alone this month. Obviously, hopefully, each one of these grants will help us get closer to a cure. And just to tell you that we asked several research centers and hospitals around the country to provide us proposals, and we received over 260 proposals. So for Hasbro Children's to be one of the 71 that was chosen is outstanding, and it's not a bunch of car guys making these decisions. What we know, it's a board of 10 of the leading pediatric oncologists from around the country who are looking at these proposals from Dr. Altura and others, and awarding these grants based on, the fine work you're doing. So congratulations on that. It's why we're proud to be back in Providence today to present Hasbro Children's Hospital with a $100,000 grant to support Dr. Rachel Altura, who we'll hear from soon, and her recent research project to improve the outcomes of childhood cancer by enhancing the understanding of cell pathways. And this is a little repeat, seeing that I was here just a couple of weeks ago, but Hyundai Hope on Wheels is the united effort of over 800 dealers across the country. And it started as a grassroots effort in 1998 in Boston and with the New England area Hyundai dealers, and then it spread to the Eastern region. And as I said, now every single dealer in the country supports, by putting aside some money for every car we sell, pediatric cancer research. So it's a very, when you think about it, easy thing to do, but it is great that all of our dealers, big and small, support this effort and allow us to be here. By the end of this year, we will have committed over $43 million pediatric cancer research. I'd now like to invite Dr. Alturo up here to tell us a little bit more about the research she's doing. Okay, thanks.
I want to sincerely thank the Hyundai Corporation for its generous grant to fund our research study. Due to the current economic climate, this happens to be the worst time in the history of science to obtain federal funding for scientific research. As of 2011-2012 academic year, less than 5% of all research grants applied through the National Institutes of Health will be funded. Therefore, we are extremely grateful for the private corporations, such as Hyundai, to have the vision and the foresight to fund these important scientific endeavors. This particular project is a collaboration that we developed among clinicians, pathologists, and researchers here at Rhode Island Hospital and Brown University. A sea change is taking place in the study of cancer. We're entering a time in research where we have the capability to obtain huge amounts of data, and almost miraculously, we can make sense of this and use it to discover new therapies that can target specific types of disease. Brown University, through Dr. Arthur Solomon, who is here with us here today, and his colleagues have the expertise, the imagination, and the technology to make us let this happen. This particular project focuses on neuroblastoma, which is one of the most common types of cancer in children and the most common in infants. High-risk neuroblastoma is still extremely difficult to treat, with only 30% of children surviving this disease using the current standard therapies. Tremendous progress we've made in curing cancer through new knowledge and treatments has shown us that we have the capability of curing this cancer as well. In this particular project, we will examine novel biological pathways in aggressive neuroblastoma. Using the specific tumors that we've gathered here at Rhode Island Hospital and comparing them to normal tissue, we will be able to analyze structural changes in the proteins that drive the cancer process of these tumors. Through this analysis, we will use sophisticated bioinformatics to analyze pathways in these tumors that have never been looked at before. Once we have analyzed these pathways, we will be able to then collaborate further with other companies in order to develop new therapeutics to treat this disease, which will be targeted specifically to the biological events, and we hope will have minimal side effects. Thank you very much so much for this honor and the ability to do this research.
What I've learned over the last couple of weeks in going to all these different hospitals is how targeted, how amazingly targeted some of the treatments are. We were in Boston at Dana-Farber 2 days ago, and they're doing their research on Ewing sarcoma, and before that we were at UMass Medical Center. It's just amazing how specific some of the treatments can be, and it's great to hear the work that you're doing, Dr. Alturo. Thank you. While childhood cancer survival rates are now at about 80%, there's